I'm called Rose Nalukenge, the chairperson for Entebbe Action on Autism Organization. We are the Autism Voice in Entebbe. We advocate for the rights of children and adults with autism in Entebbe, Uganda. Unlike other disabilities, autism is still new in many ears of people here in Uganda. Therefore, a lot more awareness is needed and sensitization. Unlike other disabilities like the physical, the deaf, the blind, autism still needs a lot of sensitization. That's why it is associated with many myths. Some of the myths are that people relate autism to witchcraft. They think a person or a family which has a child with disability could have been bewitched by anyone. They call it like a curse to have such a child. And there is a trending issue these days that if a family has a child with autism, they could have sacrificed that child to the small gods in order to get riches, things of the sort. And if a child with autism has multiple disabilities, for example, if he or she has saliva flowing from the mouth, people still have a thinking that if that saliva goes to a non-disabled child, that child may be affected too with that sickness. So those are some of the myths which are still going around. Because of those, these children grow up with stigma. Because they are isolated from other children, they can't play with them, they feel isolated. And there are some people in our communities who still have that tendency of laughing at those children. They call them funny nicknames. If a parent is carrying such a child and he passes through a crowd of people, they all end up looking at him or her, calling the child funny names. They backbite. So some of the parents resort to leaving those children in their houses. They lock them there and they move without them. So that also causes isolation to these children. These children are also excluded in many programs of the other non-disabled children. All sectors, the government of Uganda has put in laws to cater for such children and all children with disabilities and adults. We as advocates of autism have many challenges. To mention a few, there are very few development partners who have programs for autism. Others are in other types of disabilities, but autism as an independent issue, there are very few development partners. The parents and people in the communities lack information about autism. Like I said, they still call it witchcraft or whatever. Even the educated ones need to be sensitized. They don't know what it is, what are the causes, what are the symptoms. So there is lack of information. Even the parents are not aware of the early intervention measures, the home-based therapies, among others. Another challenge is with the parents. These parents are depressed because of what they go through. At times they feel like they may even ask God to take away that child, to the child to die, because they don't think the child is worth to be with. You know. Like I said earlier, here I'm with a family, a well-off family, which has a child with autism. But I think you can see how the parents put bars around the house, and their purpose of doing this, they thought that they were making the child safe. This is a playing place for this child. They didn't do it in bad faith, but for them they said they thought they are protecting this child. It is an enclosed place with all iron bars, uh, because this child just moves around, walks around, so they thought they are doing this for the good of this child. So this puts us to the other point I said, that there is a lot of sensitization that is needed. They thought they are protecting the child, but sincerely the child is isolated from playing with others. They did it unknowingly that it's going to hurt the child.